Welcome back. Lada Morris here with Dell EMC TV. I'm joined with Scott and Sean Wedige, CTO of the Enterprise Division of Rackspace. Welcome.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Excellent. How are you doing so far?
Oh, having a great trip. Been here since Sunday. Got a lot of good sessions and meetings in already, and looking forward to a strong rest of the week.
And from what I understand, this is the fifth Dell EMC World for you, previously EMC World?
It is. Been out here 5 years. The event keeps getting better and better every year.
Ah, that's awesome feedback. And Rackspace actually sounds like they keep getting better and better every year. And there are some key announcements this year that are very relevant to customers, especially in the open source community. So maybe start with the Openstack announcements and go from there.
Yeah.
What's new at Rackspace?
Excellent. So, Rackspace is a founder of Openstack, leading open source technology, and for years we've deployed that on top of Dell gear, Dell equipment. Today we announced more additional support around Dell storage solutions as part of the portfolio. So no longer simply a compute platform, but for those customers that are looking for end-to-end Dell EMC infrastructure powering their mission-critical Openstack workloads, we're able to provide that. We're able to provide VMAX on the back end. We're able to provide Dell compute on the front end, and have a really well-defined solution end-to-end that you can have confidence in being able to put those workloads on.
Very cool. So what would you say is driving the adoption of Openstack for our customers? Why are they interested in it?
Openstack is interesting. Openstack really came out of the rise of public clouds, right? And so I still want to have the flexibility, the orchestration, the automation of a public cloud infrastructure, but I want to do it in my data center. I want to be able to have control of the environment. I want to be able to tune it for performance or better manage my security. And so customers are looking at Openstack as an open source platform, right? It's very cost effective for them. They can run that on a broad range of hardware, be it from commodity compute to high-end type of servers, and it gives them that flexibility flexibility and control, but inside of their data center. So it's really compelling for a lot of customers. They start off using it for test and dev as they do application modernization, application transformation, and then start rolling it into their production workloads.
Sure, yeah, I can definitely see the value.
So Sean, Rackspace has obviously been a very good partner for Dell EMC for a long time, and I know you guys are participating in the show. You've got an awesome booth over in the Solution Pavilion, and I know you're talking to a lot of users and customers out there. If you compare that to sort of those early conversations that we had years ago, which were more kind of platform infrastructure focused, to now things becoming much more consumerized. Is that something that you're hearing from the folks that you're talking to?
Yeah, we're hearing a lot of that. I mean, the keynote yesterday, the digital transformation message was really on spot for what we're hearing from customers. Right, they're trying to figure out, how do I get out of running a data center, operating a data center, and really start focusing on those higher value types of activities for my customers. Right, how do I deliver tangible business benefit? Maintaining server infrastructure and storage infrastructure, there's not significant value in that. So they're coming and talking to us and saying, hey, can you help me with this transformation process? Can you help me to be able to become a more digital company? Can you help me be more agile, take advantage of automation, orchestration, emerging platforms, so that I can really focus on the things that deliver value into my business? And we're seeing a change out on the floor across the board too, right? It's not as many bells and whistles, speeds and feeds. It's more about what is the overall value that you're going to receive from a solution.
Which is actually a great lead into what we were talking about with the professional services that Rackspace brings to market for their customers. Elaborate a little bit on how you take the infrastructure piece, marrying it with the professional services piece to deliver a complete solution.
Absolutely. So Rackspace has always been known as an infrastructure provider, but we are a managed provider. We pride ourselves on delivering what we call Fanatical support, right? A higher level of service, a higher level of support for our customers that's unmatched in the industry. And what we've seen now is customers are trying to figure out this IT transformation, right? How do I get from a scattered bunch of data centers that I have? How do I get, I've had a bunch of different acquisitions, I've had different strategies over the years, different platforms. How do I get that and modernize that solution stack? And so it really begins with our professional services. Traditionally we've been only engaged in kind of the design and in the operation and optimization phases. Now we're going into customers, they're saying, we need help planning. We need help to look at what we have, inventory. We need help to figure out what the future can look like. Where should I go? How do I optimize around these platforms, be it to increase performance, reduce cost, address the latest emerging security challenges. So our professional services is now able to go in with a customer and say, okay, let's look at your environment, let's look at your estate, let's look at your strategies, let's look at what you want to accomplish, and we'll help devise the plan. But not only that, we then are able to execute project management to help migrate you from point A to point B and to get you up to that future state. And then from there, that's where our Fanatical support kicks in, right? How do we manage the environment? How do we proactively keep you out of trouble? How do we provide additional value on top of your applications, recommendations, optimizations? And so it's a really great complement to the solutions that we've traditionally offered.
And in having worked with the Rackspace folks over the years, absolutely Fanatical support is definitely the differentiator for what you do versus not just other providers, but I think even internal organizations, just the level of support and the skills and all the things that you guys are able to bring to the table. So you've got some cool stuff happening over in the Solutions Pavilion. You want to talk about what's going on over there and why people should drop by?
Yeah, we've got a lot of great things going on this week. We're in the Solutions Pavilion. Head in, take a left. You can't miss us. That bright red color is really standing out there. We have everybody from some of our chief VMware architects in there. We've got a book signing going on today and tomorrow around VMware certification book that one of our rackers wrote, and we're really out there talking to customers about, what's that transformation? How can we help you? How do we help you to be able to evolve from where you're at today to that right platform in the future? And it may not simply be an Openstack story, right? We have the ability to help customers with things like Azure. We have a proof of concept capability on Azure Stack, one of the only people to be able to provide that right now. Software-defined data center on VMware. So a breadth of solutions that we'd be happy to talk to customers about taking advantage of and how they can leverage those as they go forward.
Excellent. So what are some of the other cool things that you have had a chance? I know we were talking a little bit about the drones over there in the other area. So have you had a chance to go over there and play with those yet?
Yeah, there's some cool stuff. I spent last night out on the floor here, really engaging booths, lots of good. It seems to get more and more polished every year, right? And of course, LEDs. There's a lot of LEDs flashing around in there, so more blinky lights these days. But it's very exciting and very cool to see how the vendors and partners are distinguishing themselves. Out here on the floor every year, this thing gets better. There was the big drone canopy over there. I was watching people trying to fly drones in there. Haven't been brave enough to try that yet. And then I saw the human foosball table. So I'm thinking maybe we'll go get a bunch of our rackers and try and take on a couple of our friendly competitors in there in a nice little game of foosball.
Friendly game of foosball, yeah, absolutely. The human drama is awesome about that.
We love it. We love it.
So, well, Sean, thank you so much for coming and joining us today. Hopefully, you guys continue to have an awesome event over there, and look forward to seeing you in many years to come. That's it for us right now. We're going to send it to Brittany.